Welcome back to the episode of my trading vlog, where basically all the views are from returning subscribers at this point. So if that's true for you, hit the like. If not, hit subscribe. We're going to talk about Playboy here. I've been holding Playboy. Well, that's okay. I've been trading Playboy for a while, and I've managed to dodge most of the downtrends using my Elliott waveform analysis, dodging the bullet, and not taking losses. I am green on Playboy. Today's move made me very happy. I was so happy. I read through the earnings. Oh my god, so many good things are happening right now. I'm so glad I'm holding long currently. Looking at the chart here, okay, what do we got? A bunch of complicated lines, I know. In my last video, I was going over how when I use the ultimate low and the ultimate high for my Fibonacci time series, you can see that we would have been able to correctly forecast the bottom, timing-wise, which is crazy. This is a pretty good indication that we're actually in a measured move up, a corrective wave, as to say. Playboy stock has been here. Check us out. I can make this chart look absolutely awful. Ready? There you go. Into the abyss we go, down to 45 cents from a high of like 62. What a wild ride, but this makes sense. And now we're starting to see the price forming a bottom. What's going on through here is we've had the company basically move into what Ben Kahn, the CEO, has reiterated multiple times, a capital light model. They've been selling off a lot of these companies that have been losing the company money for years, and that's fantastic. It means that we're going to be seeing positive cash flow soon, very soon. In fact, almost saw a profit this quarter, but not quite yet, and that's okay. We beat the estimate by like 60% or something like that. It's wild. I don't know how do you figure that out? We were expecting negative 15 cents, and then it was actually negative 5 cents. You can see, you can do the math. This is good stuff. What this does for us is it causes price to surge in after hours, which is good and bad. It's not the best because we want to see that during market hours, when the price is a little more stable, when trading is more active, when there's more liquidity in the markets. Nonetheless, what we're looking at on the hour time frame is a beautiful A, B, and C wave forming up. And what's possible is that this is actually wave 1 and 2, which would be really exciting. But for right now, we're going to label them waves A and B. And the reason why we do A and B is because this is a corrective cycle. Once we get a reactionary wave after wave C that meets the criteria to be a wave 4 in a motive wave count, then we'll start considering ourselves to be in a motive trend, which will signal that there will be at least one more push higher. When that push closes above what was the top of wave C, then we start talking about extensions, then we start talking about fractaling, then we start talking about, hey, how does this happen? How do we get to, wait for it, 231? If you look at the video that's on my my vlog, like you click on the channel, it like pulls up a video. I was looking for 220 like a while ago. Price plunged from there to 45 cents. Which is fine. Lovers was sold and announced at that time, and that marks the bottom, and that's exactly what I was looking for. And that was even kind of brought up a little bit in this last today's earning, that Yandy and Lovers were sold, and this was a big deal. I've been waiting for these things. It's finally happening. The company is finally becoming like a new company, basically. The whole thing is different. It's new. It's a creator-based platform now. People don't even know like a lot of what Playboy does. You say Playboy, they still think about the magazines, and it's like, yeah, that was forever ago. This is a new thing called creator-based content. Have you been on Playboy's website in a while? Have you seen the members club? Have you checked out this content? I gotta tell you, good stuff. Okay, here we go. Looking at the chart, we're starting to form wave C, bullish continuation at $1.04, passing through there. Looks beautiful. Oh, it feels so good. And the volume is not to be balked at. It's coming in pretty strong, especially on the daily time frame as well. I don't use candlestick charts here because they don't really make sense with the trading volume and the frequency of trades. It doesn't make sense. I've got to watch the tape, the time and sales during the day to really understand what's going on here. And I think the line chart really captures what's going on much better than a candlestick chart. We've had this big surge down. We're starting to come up. We're closing above $1.04 on the hourly time frame, targeting 125 now, with an extension at $1.46. This is fantastic. Love it. Challenging this downtrend. And I'm going to go into the minute time frame, and you can see what earnings did. Just a huge huge surge. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, and then your classic A, B, and C, and then your weird A, B, and C up and down. This waveform, this is very common, and I see this a lot in really big runs. It's hard to explain and break down into an Elliott wave analysis. That makes sense because we basically have 3 waves up. We have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 through here. When we're looking for is a motive wave. We don't get it. So we have to count this as A, B, and C, and then we start another A, B, and C waves. This C wave would have to be extended into another measured move down through here, which is complex. The gist of this waveform, I think, though, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 heading down. And this is where we have to get, like, really, I don't know. We have to interpret this data, right? If you ask me, 1, 2, 3, 4, we can't really call it 5 for some sort of triangle through here. This is difficult. This is very difficult. What do you do with this? What is even going on? It'll make even less sense if I turn the candlestick chart on. Like, what what is this? You can see price actually spiked up to 128 and hit that level of resistance and then came down. So if I turn on the candlestick chart, you're going to see that this bar pokes up a little higher. And that's because the candlestick chart includes all the data, not just the close of every time period shown, which here is the hourly time frame. And so this was actually a downtrend test and initial rejection. Once we get above 128, it's just like, get out of the way. This thing's going to rip if it can do that. You can see that the RSI hit overbought just perfectly there, just kissed it on that close. And MACD here, swooping upward, bullish momentum is gaining. And this is a lot of volume coming in after hours. The open tomorrow is going to be very interesting, and I'm very excited to see what happens. It's going to be hard to say that we're going to have any kind of downside tomorrow. Let's go ahead and look at the daily time frame on the candlestick chart here. Today's volume was pretty high, really it was. We're coming in 1.5 million. The 30, I think that's a 30 period average coming in at 538,000. So we tripled the monthly average in volume today. Candlestick was red, but that's because price opened up pretty high, gapping up, coming up into after hours the day prior to earnings. Earnings now having come in strong, and we've seen a test of this 125, which actually was the target, and we confirmed that passing above 104. Pretty sweet stuff. Anyways, it's going to get too long. Just really happy, and I'm excited to see this. Looking forward to see how the chart plays out moving forward. It's been a long, grindy process, right? But I think through here, we're finally about to get up through this uptrend, and we'll start talking about 230 yet again. And after 230, who knows? The next big level of support and resistance is going to be 155. So we'll watch volume when we get up there as well. That's all. Happy trading.